I wasn't surprised. It reinforced the good that I think people have in their heart, and I think we need to give individuals the courage to let that good come out.
Yes, it did. I'd never, when they talked about place and how it meant to people, where you're from, I never looked at it except for through my eyes. And I think when they talked about the whole park and all that stuff, it made me realize how important a place is to a person, and we have to respect that. So it did, that helped me. That was something I never really looked at. The significance of someone's place, someone's home to them, and how important it is.
I don't think anything was surprising. It was all refreshing.
I don't know that it surprised me. Well, I will say some things, Native American, some things that were stories that were told, I was surprised. But also, I think we kind of put those things in the back of our mind. I knew it, but once you hear it again, it's like embracing it again and making you aware again.
The entire workshop actually surprised me. What I thought it was compared to what it is, and involving myself in it, it really, I enjoyed myself, actually. Usually when you hear workshops, you might think of somebody talking or just constantly speaking, but the actual involvement and learning the different things about the community, that I enjoyed that. I liked it gave me a different thought process too, to a different way of thinking.
What I learned about myself is that I need to be more open to a difference of ideas. A lot of times we think that your idea is always the right one. It wasn't so that I thought that. It was just giving me the opportunity that I need to be more empathetic to a different point of view.
Well, sometimes I used to, as a principal, I felt bad sometimes because I used my heart instead of my head or what we're supposed to do. You sometimes get criticized because there's people who want things done that you kind of see needs to be done differently regarding the student and maybe behavior. It made me feel better to know that using your heart is the right decision. Sometimes using what the book says you should do to that person, and every issue's different and every person's different, but using my heart, I felt better about that's what I do, and it made me feel more powerful.
Oh, certainly building the relationships, strengthening the relationships that I have with my students. I feel that that's very important. Learning that by building and strengthening the relationships, it builds or strengthens the achievement gap among students.
Well, we always talk about building relationships, but the strengthening of the relationship that you build, I think, is more important. And I did take that away tremendously. It's just like stuck.
I would say an open-minded way of thinking about things, about culture and the way that we view things. When I guess I should, the way I view things in the everyday life, the way I go about things, or things that have been taught to me that are necessarily maybe not wrong, but they're different, and it just gave me an open awareness that I appreciate and that I will move on to my child.
Just what I just said, that I need to be just open and more empathetic to what others think, how they think. I guess the epistemology of thought.
Yes. I had realized that my great-grandmother was from the Omaha tribe. But she passed away like in the 70s, and it never continued on. And that kind of bothered me because that's a part of me. And I remember going to the powwows I remember when she was here, it was a part of all of us. But now that she's gone and has been gone, it's kind of like it went away. It's like that's not even part of our culture anymore. It's not even part of my history. So this made me go back and look at everything that's a part of me, not just the African American side of me, but even the Native American side of me. It made me proud.